Jesus says yes, nobody can say no.
When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no.
When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no.
When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no.
Everybody, all of Jesus, all of Jesus, all of Jesus, all of Jesus, all of Jesus. At the mention of your name, every knee must bow. Hey, at the mention of Jesus, every tongue confess. At the mention of his name,
At the mention of your name,
every knee must bow.
every knee must bow.
At the mention of your
At
name,
the mention of your
hey,
name,
every tongue confess.
every tongue
Hey,
confess.
that you are Lord.
You are Lord.
You are Lord.
You are Lord of Lords.
You are King.
You are King.
You are King.
You are King of Kings.
Hallelujah. At the mention of your name, every knee must bow.
Every knee must bow.
At the mention of your name,
At the mention of your name,
every tongue confess.
every tongue confess.
Hey, that you are Lord.
You are Lord.
You are Lord.
You are Lord.
Jesus, you are King over every situation.
King.
You are King.
You are King
At
of
the
Kings.
mention,
At the mention of your name,
every knee must bow.
every knee must bow.
At the mention of Jesus,
At the mention of your name,
every tongue confess.
every tongue confess.
Let's just begin to raise our voice and just worship Jesus. If you know Jesus has been so good, just worship him. Lift your hands, party on the mashada bagoza the belebe, and use the bush.
We are grateful, Jesus.
Dependable, dependable God. It doesn't matter where it comes my way, you are still God. If he has been good to you, just raise up. Reliable God,
Reliable,
reliable God.
reliable God.
See everything,
Everything is working out for my good.
Oh Jesus, we know you are dependable God.
Dependable,
Dependable.
dependable God.
It doesn't matter where it comes
Doesn't
my
matter
way.
what comes my way, you are still
In
God.
every season, Lord, you are intentional, God.
Intentional,
Intentional,
intentional
God.
God.
See Sing, you are good, Lord. And you are good, oh. Sing, Jesus. Hey, come on. Jesus, you are so good to me. Yeah. He knows the circumstances. Oh, Jesus, you are so good to me. Yeah. He knows circumstances. Yeah. Jesus, you love me too much. Oh, too much. Oh my God, see, Jesus, you love me too much. Oh, too much. Oh, we sing, your love is kind, your love. If you know His love, oh, your love is precious. You feel my, oh Lord, with so much peace and joy. God, we know you're amazing. You make my life, see all your promises, yeah. And amen. You're not a man. You're not a man. Oh, see, Jesus, you love me too much. Oh, too much. Yeah, oh, see, Jesus, you love me too much. Oh,
Celebrate the house of David. Hallelujah. You may be seated. Thank you very much. And welcome to the annual Enterprise Conference for 2023. First of all, I'd like to apologize for the late start. We had some technical issues. Please bear with us. Once again, I'd like to celebrate all the facilitators, you know. Mr. Boko, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Mr. David, thank you so much. And to Joy, thank you so much. So much for coming. I just wanted to just prepare your mind, you know, for today. Because one of the reasons why we had this conference is because it tallies with the vision of the setup itself. Enterprise was set up actually to raise business leaders. And that's what all activities for the past years have been centered around this vision, to raise business leaders, which was our senior pastor, the general overseer of the King's Heritage, Reverend Lawrence Onoche. Thank you so much, sir, for giving us this opportunity. And also our dear mama, who is also the resident pastor of the church here, and Reverend Josephine Onoche, we appreciate you. Thank you so much, ma. She's always on the backside, but ensuring that we achieve our purpose as, you know, Christians and as youth, so that we can be relevant in the marketplace. You know, that's one of the reasons why they have this conference. You know, and also in the process of raising business leaders, you know, it takes a whole lot. You need to understand a lot more about the marketplace, a lot about your person as a Christian, and how you function in the marketplace to achieve greatness. You know, so that's why we put this together. And I know that at the end of today, we will be a mile closer to where we are going to, because a lot of you will be impacted. I myself have been impacted. You know, one of the things I was sharing with my senior pastor earlier on was, I was telling him my new adventure in the corporate world, being back in the corporate world. And a lot of the values we've learned from the enterprise over the years are things that I'm working with. And the outstanding results I've been able to achieve, even in just in 1 week, less than 1 week of being active in the work, it's just amazing. The GMD of the company had to say, thank you so much, well done. We really see your hand, we see your work. And all these values are things that we learned here from the sales teachings of our dear mama. Back then, I can't forget. It's like as if every day it keeps playing my mind. That smile, all the trainings that we learned, I just started imputing them in my work, and I was just seeing astronomical results. In fact, I was shocked myself, but I just remember that, okay, it's a residue of deposit that has been placed on the inside of us over the time that is yielding result now. So glory be to God. And once again, I'd like to thank Mama Josephine and also our dear Reverend Lawrence Onoche for this today. So also for the skill acquisition students who are currently in our skill acquisition program, which is going to end in a few weeks, just take this as a golden opportunity also for you to be able to learn from the best. Some of these people are not people you can just find just anyhow. I know how much they charge for their trainings, but because of the love they have for God and also for the work that is being done here, they have decided to make themselves available to teach us, to train us, to groom us, and to make us a better business leader. So once again, I appreciate the facilitators and also the conveyors as I open the program in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Ghost. Thank you very much. Welcome again to the annual conference. We'll be talking about the growth strategies for new business. So once again, welcome to the annual conference of the Enterprise 2023. Celebrate yourselves once again.
Ibukun Owolabi, a lawyer and an entrepreneur. Oluwatosin has helped individuals and businesses with acquiring and managing talents, business structure, documentations and implementations, managing and coaching teams and training. Our desire and drive is partnering with business owners and other stakeholders to discover their potential, develop their capabilities, using this to add value and enhance business growth. She has over 10 years hands-on corporate and business experience, cutting across leading teams, developing corporate strategy, leading development, project execution, culture change, creating performance development, ethics, and governance for growth. As part of her impact, she has developed contracts, facilitated and consulted for women-owned businesses known for profit and developed modules for trainings. She volunteers with the Business Academy of Faith-Based Institution in Lagos, Nigeria. Some of her clients are Mama Money, Atmosphere, No Leftovers Catering, Ada Shells, Bushwood Marketing Co., Owafara, The Thrive Place, Elevator and Associates, Crystal Shine Skincare, Alexia Osfor, Freshly Yours, etc. She has also worked with executives on notable projects. She has also worked with executives on notable projects, Crescita, HLC, Allen and Grants, 2T and EM Resources, Exitium Ltd, just to mention a few. She leads the team at Ibukun Owolabi, a people and business partner.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Ibukun Owolabi.
Is it working? Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. My name is Ibukun Owolabi, and as been said, I'm a lawyer, and currently I work in the corporate space as well with Terra Culture, but the academy. We have an academy for the creative arts, so I lead that team as gender and safeguarding. So today I want to acknowledge and thank the King's Heritage, thank the convener, Reverend Lawrence Onoche, and will I say Pastor Josephine as well. Thank you so much for having me here today. It's a wonderful privilege. And it's it relates to what we do. I'm a member of Daystar, and I volunteer in the academy. We have a business academy as well, and I can relate with what I think Pastor Femi, I hope I'm correct, said. Because these things help you build capacity for where you're going. And in the places where I have worked and also leading some teams there, you know, most of the businesses that were spoken about is where I lead maybe strategy, maybe I'm doing recruitment, maybe it's documentation, and documentation cuts across both legal and human resource. I would say I've never really been a full-time human resource person. I'm always landed in that role. And that's part of what I'm going to talk to us about today. So my topic for today is building the brand me. Not so much about the businesses that you're building, but who you are as a brand. For you to identify yourself as a brand first, before the business. And the topic for this conference is growth strategies for new businesses. Now, new businesses spring up every day. And for everyone who is initiating, whether it's a startup, whether it's a partnership, maybe 2 or 3 people are coming together, or maybe it's even a limited liability company. The leverage that we all have today is the social media. We can sell, we can talk, we can do a lot of things using social media. But who is the person behind the social media? That's you and I. And that is the person that we need to deal with first before you present yourself to the world. And the times when I was starting businesses, I have 3 businesses because of the 3 kind of things that I do. There's the legal side, I cannot mix it with human resource, and there's also the image consulting. So I'm coming today with a mix of legal and image consulting to us. And image consulting for me is not just how you appear, maybe your outfits. It goes beyond that. For me, it's the person on the inside. So I'm going to talk to us about the strategies to build the brand me. That's what I titled it. And there's some 4 strategies that I'll be talking about today: perception, communication, confidence, and visibility. These are largely courses. One is largely a course that you would take maybe like in 3 months, but I'll try and shorten it for us today. So I'm going to be asking us a couple of questions, so this becomes interactive, and it won't be like I'm reporting or maybe I'm giving a speech. Can anyone help me to understand, or tell me or tell us here what you understand by the word perception? Perception as a word, what do you understand by the word? When they say perception, what comes to your mind? Yes, please.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My image of who you are.
Thank you. Any other person? Perception.
Hey, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Perception has to do with how people see you.
Thank you. The 2 of us who spoke were right. Perception is actually seen in 2 folds: how you see yourself and how other people see you. And that is the aura, the combination of who you are that you're bringing forward to the table. I know that coming in here today, because we are human beings, our senses are made to function. Our eyes must see. The eyes will connect to what the mind is going to reel out. Our ears as well, combination of our 5 senses, brings out what we perceive about who the next person who is sitting beside me, or maybe I'm walking along the road and I'm seeing somebody, I'm perceiving this. The other person might not know what I think about them until maybe we get to talk. But it is who you are and how people see you, and also how you see yourself. Most times they tell us, look at yourself in the mirror, what do you see? I know most of us had been in front of a mirror today just to say, okay, am I okay? Does this go with this? Does that go with that? Should I remove this? What should I add? You know, all those kind of things, because that is how we want to be perceived. So as a brand, let me read what I got from the Oxford Dictionary. Perception is the way in which something is regarded, understood, or interpreted. So it's how you regard a thing. How do I regard something? The essence of this pulpit is for either maybe the Bible, or maybe to have something to rest on, or something. It depends on what the usage is for. But that is what I'm perceiving this thing to be like. So how do I want to be perceived as a business owner? If I have a blog, or I'm doing sales on Instagram, what I'm presenting is not actually the product or the service. It's actually who I am. And who I am as I'm pushing it out is what people will see. And maybe that's the attraction. Maybe the way the person is talking, or maybe I'm doing a skit. Some skits are very funny. Some might not, I'm not a skit person. I don't know how they handle all those things. But it translates to something, and that is how the person behind all those things are being perceived. That's how you see them. So how you see yourself, do you see yourself as somebody who is delivering value? Do you see yourself as somebody who has something to offer? And another thing I like to talk about, maybe for business people, whether we, this is my own opinion because it has worked for me and has worked for a couple of people. Most times it's better to work in a corporate space because that's where you're honed with a lot of values. You will know how to build a business, you know how to put in structure, you know how to even talk, how to relate with people. Then launching yourself directly into a business, and then you're trying to swim in waters that are largely overwhelming, because that's another thing that social media does. Everybody in the face of social media is fine. We know what we're doing. We're all put together. But at the back end, that alone will even translate to what everybody is saying front end. So communication. What does communication mean to us? I need someone to help me with that as well. When you hear the word communication, what does it mean?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Is the means of sending and receiving information.
The means of sending and receiving information. The dictionary explains it as the imparting or exchanging of information by speaking, writing, or using some other form of medium. Whatever medium you are using, speaking, writing is a whole part of it. But there is one that is silent, and that is our body language. Your body language will not deny who you are. I love to watch some series, I think it's ID on that channel on DSTV also, because there's some segments there that talks about when you're talking, or maybe your body twitches in a different direction. And then they know maybe the person is telling the truth or is lying. So it also talks about maybe you're going for a pitch at the boardroom, or maybe potential investors and things like that. And you're not giving that aura of, my body is saying the same thing. I want your money, but what they can read is that your body is saying, either I'm going to use this money for something else, or I don't even have the capacity to know what I'm doing. So we have to pay attention to our bodies. They speak more than what we're saying, or more than what we're, even when you are writing, that's the funny thing. There's a way, when I read emails especially, I can detect that this is just, maybe it's off. Maybe this person doesn't know how to communicate really, because it is not connecting with what you want to address, or whatever information that you're trying to receive, or what information you're trying to pass across. People, maybe based on the fact that, yes, most lawyers, we read between the lines. It doesn't happen for everybody, but when somebody is talking to you via mail, text, there's a fluidity, there's an instruction, and there's a deeper meaning to these things than beyond what the face value of the words that you're saying. And also, even in our outlook, our general outlook, how do you want to be seen as a business person? How do you want your social media handles to look like? You have to communicate in colors. I'm not a brand person, so maybe I'll leave that to the brand person, but colors speak a whole lot about who we are. Some colors are not meant in the business space. let me ask, who knows or share with us what colors you think are not appropriate for maybe a business or maybe in the corporate space? Just let's talk. What colors? I just want to have a feel of the room. What colors comes to mind that you may think or know that are not appropriate? Color is beautiful. It has its own calling. But I just want us to, let's talk here. There's someone there.
Pink.
Why did you say pink?
Because for a corporate space, pink doesn't exactly look very professional in a corporate world. Yes.
Okay. I'm taking that in. Any other color?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, so I think it depends on the business, right? Every color is appropriate. So it depends on the business, the message they are trying to pass across to their target audience, you know, their branding, their whole, like you said, perception. So I think every color is appropriate.
Thank you. Another person? Like I said, every color is beautiful. But I will not see a bank using pink. Funny enough, I can't remember which bank. I think it's Keystone. Keystone's brand is blue, navy blue. But when it deals to the women, they have an angle for women. On Instagram, it's pink. And it's beautiful. I'm not a lover of pink. I adore it. But for other businesses, maybe like, pardon? Skincare. Interesting. I was going to say baby services. I don't know what forms that. But if your business is tailored to handling toddlers, that's girls, and maybe babies, pink. That's you're not dealing. You're focusing on the pink. That's baby girls, you know, in that gender, basically, it works. Then but I would not say a boardroom should be painted in yellow. It's distracting. So that's why I'll say that in agreement with him, every color is beautiful. Each color is beautiful. But some are just not appropriate for some certain settings. If I know, maybe LinkedIn, for instance, LinkedIn flows in blue because their target audience are professionals, irrespective of the kind of business you're doing. Irrespective. Anybody can build a brand on LinkedIn. You just have to understand how it works. What I'll post on LinkedIn will never be the same thing I'll post on Instagram because I'm addressing different audiences. And whatever I'll post maybe on Facebook, I know they're linked now with Instagram. I still won't post it on Instagram because my target audience are different. I'm trying to maybe relate with an age group of people who don't understand the, for the want of a better word, maybe the jumping around of TikTok. I won't go there because I won't find my people there. And Instagram, I have to tweak a lot of things because maybe, peradventure, somebody will see what I'm trying to say. And most times, like for some of the businesses I've worked with, they all have pages on Instagram. So I go there to go and check what are they doing, how are they doing it, so that I can connect with the audience that they're expecting me to get for them when it has to do with recruitment. I can also connect with the kind of sales that they want to make when it has to do with strategy, when it has to do with marketing. How do you target this audience? How do you create the content around it for them? So moving along, I'll talk about confidence. And before I ask us what confidence means to us, confidence is a need to have. A need to have. It's not a fanciful word. So what do we understand by the word confidence? As a word, what does confidence mean to you?
Praise God.
Hallelujah.
Good morning, everyone. So, to me, confidence means believe in yourself.
Thank you.
To me, it means being able to tell a matter or secret with a mutual trust.
Okay. That is a second, it's a second understanding of what confidence. But in the business space that we're talking about here, confidence is the person. How do you want to be seen? Or do you even believe in yourself in the first place? How confident, I know that question goes around, how confident am I? For Ibuku is a very shy person. But Ibuku goes into character when the need comes. And I so believe that of a whole lot of people. We're different personalities. But when the need comes for a personality to show up, you're not even thinking about it. That personality just springs up. But in the sense where that personality springs up, confidence is a baseline for it. Now, how do you build confidence? Growing up, I would never imagine standing in front of people. I used to recite a lot of Bible verses back then as a child. But growing up further, maybe in my teen years, I will avoid it because I don't want to be seen. I don't want people to see me. I don't know what I'm going to say. Would they laugh at me? How am I going to? I'll just forget a lot of things. But as I kept on growing older, sometimes I'll read a whole lot of books in front of my mirror, or I read it to my father back then, so that there's that level of confidence that is building up. So when you're getting to a space where you do not understand, you have to leverage on who you are, and to develop that level of confidence, you have achieved a lot. Be proud of yourself. That's the first step. Acknowledge your personal strengths and talents and remind yourself of them. We talk about strengths and weaknesses, and most times our teachers, facilitators, or coaches will tell us, don't focus on your weaknesses, focus on your strengths. For me, I will acknowledge my weaknesses. They are there. I can see you, but I won't allow you to take charge of me. I will focus on my strengths, the things that give me the passion or the desire to keep pushing on. Now, set realistic goals for yourself. Goals. We always make goals beginning, mid-year, end of year, all those things. But for me, have a goal in mind that this is what I want to do, maybe at the beginning of the year, maybe 6 months, maybe at the end of the year. I set that kind of goal and make it realistic for yourself. Exercise. Take care of your body. Monitor your progress. And in monitoring your progress, you have to be accountable. You have to have somebody that you're accountable to. Be fearless even in the face of failure. Failure, it's not something we can avoid. I have lost clients. I have lost money. I have lost network. The year 2021, my LinkedIn page that I have built for like 15 years was hacked. And it crushed me for weeks. Because one, I'm getting calls from people. What happened to your page? What's going on? And I can't answer because I've written to LinkedIn severally, no response. All they could tell me was that because I changed the picture and they could not understand it. So I decided that, okay, let me go 1 year without it. Let me leverage on my emails. And I did that for a year until 2022. Yes, last year I started building the page back. And why was it easy for me to do? I would relate with people, emails first. I built a very strong email backing. So most of all my clients, relationships, everything are in my email. And I will say, I don't know how I manage these email addresses. I have like 5 of them tailored to different things because I don't want to be looking for documents. I don't want to be looking for conversations. I don't want to be looking for discussions. So each email address is tailored to something. Tailored to a business, tailored to a training, tailored to something. Recruitment. I cannot be mixing recruitments with my personal email. So I have a steady page. For projects, the same thing. I create emails for that. So I know where to go when there's a discussion coming up. That's how I was able to now build back that LinkedIn page. It's scary, I won't lie, and I'm very careful with the people I add. Surround yourself with confident people. There are a lot of people that are not necessarily confident, but they just put up a strong front. Surround yourself with such people because you don't know what they have coached themselves in. I do that a lot with a whole lot of people. I will know we're on the same level, but I want to learn from you because there's something that makes you just get up in the morning and go, move. You do something for yourself. And I'm really proud of such people because there's just that drive that nothing is impossible. So find that cluster where you can get those kind of people and surround yourself. Be in their network. Now, our contacts on our phones. I saw it on someone's status and it actually blew my mind. Your net worth is based on the network of people, not the contacts on your phone. When you need an information, who do you go to? Is there somebody you can talk to? Is there somebody that you can quickly send a message to that can help you handle that issue, help you handle that request? Or how many people will even speak about us in a room full of opportunities? For me here, I would say I don't know anybody in the King's Heritage. I really do not know anyone. It was a member of my team in church at Daystar that recommended me. Because why? He had seen me talk about things. He sees how I organize things. He has seen me, even with recruitment, I've not really done a project with him before, but he's followed that trend that she can do this. And sometimes when I'm just having some discussions, maybe in a group chat, I will not shy from talking. I want to contribute my own. So that also leads us to visibility as a strategy for your new business, as a strategy for the brand that you are, as a strategy for where you want to be. Visibility. How visible are you? We had a situation, one of the companies I worked with, where ideally the staff, all of us there, were just focused internally on the things that are happening around for the company. And at a certain time, we were having meetings, and one of them was like, come on, nobody knows me outside of this space. And when you say outside, nobody knows what you do in the social media world. You're just in the office. You get into the office, maybe you're even, let's say you're a salesperson. All you can sell is what your company is doing. But it has to go beyond the product or the services that you're rendering. It has to go further into who you are. How visible? Will somebody recommend you maybe at a board meeting, maybe for a promotion? How visible are you even in the office where you work? Are you known to be somebody who everything that happens in the office, they can come to you for? Or when there's an issue, would you do some research about it and provide a solution? Can your boss rely on you? Can the team that you are building around you, can they rely on you? Can you also rely on them? Can they leverage on you? Can you leverage on them? When the questions are being asked about something, do you provide a solution, or you're the usual, they'll do it, Jerry, it's not my business? That would strike a note in the faces of your bosses. Even in the assembly, the King's Heritage, was really intrigued when I was just looking at how things were moving along this morning. It was interesting how people put themselves in the position where, yes, I'm here to serve. And that leads me into volunteering. I have been a volunteer for the most of this my small life, and I enjoy it. Because volunteering gives you access to opportunities that you would never have imagined. Volunteering makes you recognized. Volunteering makes you associate with people that you would never have imagined that you would relate with or you would ever meet. I know I mentioned mentoring. I had gone through 2 mentoring institutions. One for corporates, which they've also delved into business and political space. That is Women in Business, WIMBIS. Another one was for career, Whisker. So I had to do those 2, I think a period of 2 years. Why? Because I wanted to be in the room where women are talking. How did they get there? How did they become who they are? What resources do they have available to themselves? Would they mention me? How would I build capacity to be like them? One mentor that I would always talk about, I don't know, her name is Ayome Gbokwe. I don't know if any one of us have heard of that name. Has anybody heard of Ayome Gbokwe? We call her the Moi Moi woman, the woman who served Moi Moi in the White House. She is one person that I met her, I think, at Lagos Business School. She was invited to talk. And I just walked up to her because I've been following her story. And since then, she's one person who would say, Eboku, come, I need to do so and so in my business. And I'll just leave everything. Because why? I want to be at the back of her mind anytime she needs, okay, somebody needs this, she can recommend me, and she does that a lot. Oh, I gave your name to so and so person, though. They will call you. So who are the people on your contact list that can talk about you? So it's more than whatever new business that you're trying to create. If you have a new business and you do not have clients, what's the essence? If nobody is going to refer you, what is the essence? If they don't know you to be accountable, if they don't know you to be responsible, if they don't know you to want to be mentored, why would they talk about, why would they refer you? And if they don't know you to be somebody who takes more, pays more attention to how they appear. If I walk into a room, what presence am I carrying? My LinkedIn page is not written on my forehead. It is the person, Ibukun, that came. So what aura are you carrying? What is the presence? If you walk into a room, will they recognize? Are you somebody that they will look at and say, oh, wow? Or you're just one of many that is passing through? So we need to develop these strategies: visibility, confidence, communication, and perception, so that our businesses and who we are actually as human beings will go a long way. And these things they're not things that, oh, today I have it, tomorrow I dump it. It takes consistency and dedication. One of the songs that the choir led, the word that kept coming to my mind every time, it's still in my head, is intentional. And they were relating it with God. God is very intentional. Why can't we be intentional? I'm not saying we should be God. We're built or created in his image, but just follow those principles that he has laid down. Because number one, our faith, I dare say, our belief, the way he has set gravity to be, I cannot pray gravity to stop. It won't answer me. Because we have to stand on our own 2 feet. The world has to be be the way God intends it to be until Jesus comes. That's a principle. Whatever goes up must come down. That's why aeroplanes to be in the air, they must land. There's nothing we can do about it. So that's how intentional God is, and that's how intentional we're supposed to be. Passion and drive for what we do and what we desire to be known for must also come into play while we're building these businesses. And remember, we are a brand. You are a brand, I'm a brand. Before they see my products or they see the services that I'm rendering. So let us strive to show up every time as that brand. Thank you very much.
David Umba, popularly known as Umba the Brain, is an applied artificial intelligence expert. He has presented at conferences, organized trainings for undergraduate, graduate, and doctorate students in AI and soft robotics. He created an e-learning platform powered by artificial intelligent robot that can onboard a customer and assist the customer to make payments for product or service without human in the loop. He was the director of technology at Strategic Business School. Strategic Business School is engaged in building Africa's business and corporate strategy, championed through professional trainings, international certification, and consulting. He is currently the CTO of Strategic Business Tech Space, a company based in Lagos with strong bias for AI, ML, and deep learning global certifications, training, and consulting. Strategic Business Tech Place was appointed under his watch to train public servants in education sector robotics and STEM to all southwestern states. He is the CEO and co-founder of Amanda AI Space. Get to know how AI can help you get that dream job and how you can grow your organization with artificial intelligence in this fourth industrial revolution.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's make welcome David Umba.
Thank you. I don't know what to say. Thank you very much, the organizers of this program. This is the first time I'm attending this event, a very good one. And it's not easy to organize events, so it's not. With the rain, everybody shy. We all came out to make this possible. Well, I don't have much to say, but I can see that we are ready to grow our businesses. That's why we are here. Is that correct, please? Yes, please. All right, so my name is David Umba. By the grace of God, I am the Chief Technical Officer with Strategic Business Tech Space. So we are into artificial intelligence. We build robots, soft and hard. Without wasting much time, I'm grateful for the opportunity granted to me to come around here. I am here with my partner. My partner is, please raise your hand up so they can see you, as Banju. Banju is our partner in robotics. He has built a lot of robots that can help you do your business very well. So I'll give him 5 minutes in my own time so that he'll be able to talk about the robots. That's why we came together. And our partners from Canada, that's Z Solutions, a representative is here. Please raise your hand so that they can see. So if you intend to attend conferences, business conferences in Canada, in Edmonton particularly, and other areas in Canada, just let us know. Thank you very much. All right, so without wasting much time, what is artificial intelligence? I think I have a limited time to talk. So please, if I am too fast, call me back. If I move away from my presentation, let me know. Please, I was expecting a slide presentation, okay? The organizers, can I have it? Is it possible? All right. So if it's not possible, then I will have to read from my script. these days, when I go for events, I try to script my conversations on my presentation so that I don't shoot outside the time allotted. All right. Something happened 2019. The first time I was called to present at Sheraton. Okay, businesses, organizations, business, big organizations, blue chip companies. That was my first time. So I just said, hey, what am I going to say to these people about artificial intelligence? And somehow, I presented, and they were coming, hey, my card, your card, your card. I said, okay. Oh. Again, they called me in Abuja to come and present one big hotel like that. After presenting, hey, one white man came down and said, hey, please, I would like to know X, I want to know Y. And that's how I've been presenting, and the Lord has been merciful. And that means myself, I have grown. Is that not true? According to my wonderful speaker, Ibukun. Yeah, I have grown to the point where people can recognize me and call me to come and present. Is that not true? Yeah. So if that's the case, it means we'll be looking at a case here, and the case is the case of, I'm sure a lot of you use Yahoo and Google. Yahoo and Google. I was expecting to see a presentation, but somehow I'm sure they will send you the slides. Okay, I would like you to go through the slides because we learn from people's experiences. Okay, and for a new business or for a startup, you need to consider what happened between Yahoo and Google. Now, 1993, for those of you that were around then, 1993, internet came, April 30. Okay, nobody owns the internet. But somehow, 1994, Young and David Philo came together, electrical engineers. They founded a company called Yahoo. Of course, a lot of you have Yahoo mails. Then 4 years after, I was Google. Larry Page and Brian came up with their own, and that was 1998. So 1998, 4 years after, Google started. Young boys, PhD students, okay? And what happened? We want to look at their case and to see why is it that Yahoo, who started earlier, immediately after the internet was launched, is still, I don't even know. How many of you have Yahoo Mail, please? Okay, what of Gmail? Wow. You see the difference? The difference is in the growth. Okay, I noticed that growth, when I did a research on what growth is, I know growth. But I said, let me even research business growth. For you to say that a business has grown, it must grow in size, it must grow in revenue, it must grow in the profit with time. It must also grow market share. Are you get what I'm saying? At least I've mentioned, how many have I mentioned, please? 4. So there are other factors. But these are the main factors that show that, oh, this business has grown. So I tried to look at Yahoo and Google. Yahoo playing catch up. I remember one other book, when Microsoft was trying to buy Yahoo, Yahoo was doing Shakara. Now, where is Yahoo? If Microsoft had bought Yahoo, Yahoo would have gone even faster than Google. But along the line, Google changed and now called their name Alphabet. Okay, Google is now a product. Search engine has been there. I remember using, my first email address was mbadave 2001. You can imagine how long that time. Some of you were not even, we were still toddlers. True or false? True. That's sure. So the thing is this. As at that time, we are using hard disk. This scan disk. My first book, 1999. I wrote my first book in chemistry, 1999. And when you look at that, too, as at that time, flash, there were no flash drives. You remember that time? For those of you who remember. Okay, but if you can relate with what I'm saying, growth has taken place. So let me just narrow the whole conversation to Yahoo and Google. Okay, before I now go deep into my session. Thank you. All right. You see, technology, be careful. All right, so here, imagine a time traveler from just a few decades ago entering modern workplace. They will be astonished by the changes, okay? Gone are the rows of typewriter and filing cabinets. How many of you remember typewriter? Okay, do you have it in your office? Why? Change has taken place. Okay, come in, please. Then replaced by sleek computers and cloud servers. But what will truly baffle you or your mind is how AI, a technology once confined to science fiction. There's this, anytime I want to watch movies or see movies, I like watching scientific movies. That's the only thing that interests me. If it's not scientific, it. But somehow, but the reason, but what's happening now is that science fiction has now come to our reality. Every one of you have Android phones. Please, is there anybody that here that does not have, apart from Bimik Bada, call me back, my hand is paining me. Do you have this type? Yes, you even have smarter ones. So it means you have a business in you already because you have this. And today, my partner will share with you 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, how you can access the contacts of all the people living in Ogba here. And you have their contact, their emails and all that possible. How you can access other things. So we'll look into that much later, but I don't want to talk about now. So now let's see. Now, AI plays an integral role in every corner of the business world. That's AI. Consider this. In 2001, the IBM Watson AI system made headline by winning the quiz show called Jeopardy against human champions. At that time, it was seen as a remarkable feat of AI. But it left many wondering, what practical use could this technology have in the business realm, apart from game? Is there any practical use of AI in the business realm? And that's why my topic today is artificial intelligence, how we can leverage on it and to make our business grow. All right, so let's embark on a journey today to explore how this once futuristic concept is now an essential tool for businesses, seeking not just survival, but thriving and expanding in our increasingly digital and data-driven world. The truth remains that without data, there is no AI. So we look at AI from 4 perspectives, okay? We look at AI as assistive intelligence. We look at AI as augmented intelligence. We look at AI as autonomous intelligence. And we now look at AI as your normal AI that you call artificial intelligence. This word AI, before I go into it, there's need to let you know what happened many years ago, like 1930s. Around in 1930s, for those of you who remember that time, if possible, fine. I don't think I was born, not even my grandfather. Oh, no, not my grandfather, but grandfather, yes, but not my father. Anyway, please just permit me to do that. Now, so the thing is this. 1930s, scientists came together from different fields to find out, is it possible, can we have a practical machine that can think like humans? That was 1930s. Then 1940-something, Alan Turing, am I permitted to step out? Yes. So Alan Turing actually helped solve the World War II. For those of you who heard about World War II, Alan Turing, of course, I don't want to talk about his personality, but he did something wonderful. He developed Bombay machine, and this Bombay machine solved the problem. And this Bombay machine was able to decrypt the messages that the Germans were sending to themselves. And that was how the World War II ended. Growth. Then 1950 to I don't want to bore you with the other histories, but something happened down from 1950 to 1956. Let's start with 1956. What actually happened in 1956? 1956, the word AI was officially coined out. So I'm sure you've heard of AI. It was officially coined by by John McCarthy and his colleagues. 1956 at Dartmouth Conference. That was where it was coined. And now you can see 1956 to date. How many years is that? Please, how many years, please? 60 what? 60-something. So that means AI is not just today. AI did not just start 10 years ago. AI did not just start, just that AI witnessed what we call AI, first AI winter, second AI winter. What happened during the first AI winter? What happened during the first AI winter? It was the time people lost interest in researching and funding AI research. As a result of that, bam. But around I remember 1980-something, IBM. I remember my mom using IBM system. That looks greenish, one kind, pom, very slow system. I remember 1986, 87. I remember that time. And then it was just growing. Somehow, the IBM and Apple systems now crept into businesses, and they started using system, and they started dumping your typewriter. I remember still using typewriter one time like that, 1998, 99, you know. Okay, you just employ a secretary, and the job is just to come and be typing, you know how that thing happens? Now we have it now no longer in businesses. We now have them in the law environment. Abi, courts, abi. If you want to do affidavit, you remember affidavit now? You remember? Okay. If you've not done affidavit, okay, please go and check out how that happens. So now the thing is, now the question you'll be asking yourself, the person who invented typewriter, what will be happening to the person's business now? The person who invented shimi, do you know shimi? How many of you know shimi? The ladies. That thing you wear, before you now, you know how it is. The owner of that business, what should he be doing now? So the thing is, you see, we thank God for artificial intelligence. And that's why I really want to talk to you about AI. The truth is, the money I have made myself as a being, okay, selling robots, building robots, chatbots, Leo for UBA, Tamara for Access Bank, Rafiki for EcoBank, Siri for Apple, Cortana for Microsoft. I didn't make that kind of money when I was doing e-learning. E-learning was a time when I was building applications and stuff like that. And the truth is, you just have to look. You have to be seen as a business person. You should be able to see the future. You should be able to take some courses in strategy. Thank God I also did strategic management. So I was able to see, AI is the way to go. Leave this your e-learning. And I fell in love with e-learning in 2016. And did a lot of research, I took some courses with MIT, of course, when they say I Harvard, MIT. No. I took some courses from them to even understand how this thing works. And today I have trained a lot of professors, by the grace of God, in artificial intelligence. Okay? So now, I am here by the grace of God to talk to you as somebody who is starting up a business. Why should you bother AI into it? How can AI come into it? And that's why today will not be enough. I have other engagement. I'm just trying to squeeze my time. Okay. I'm trying to squeeze my time to see what I can do. Then they'll have master classes where I can send the link. You want to attend the master class so that we'll go deep, 2 days in-depth training and understanding how to adopt. The challenge with a lot of businesses, I was at Sheraton on the 25th of August to talk to businesses, big organizations like PalmPay. I met some big CEOs, and now we are trying to connect. Now, the thing is this. The challenge with most of those big businesses is that they don't know how to adopt. If the big businesses don't know how to adopt, now you will be startup won't know how to adopt. It will be difficult. It's not as if you cannot, but you need knowledge. I was discussing one of the fintech companies, the Ogas, and he told me that they have a lot of AI engineers because there's something we're trying to propose to them. So the thing is it possible in terms of career? Today's message is not about your career. It's about your business. Okay, so, and that's why I will restrict my conversation in that line. So let's look at what I have here, who we are. We are Strategic Business Tech Space. I am representing SBT. So, and luckily in 2001, the federal government called us to train all the southwestern states, teach the teacher program, kind of. We train Lagos, Ondo, and the stuff like that. And when the minister the person sent by the minister saw me and said, why is that you guys don't make noise? And that's where that visibility or visibility, right? Now I have to be sure of what I'm saying. Visible. Yeah, I have to be visible. That was why I said, okay, putting things on YouTube, putting things on LinkedIn, I don't care. As long as I know what I can do, I move on. But this world of today, like noise, they pay you for noise. Whether the noise is making sense or not making sense. And that's why somebody can go into studio and wax nonsense and bring it out, and you will consume the nonsense, and later it enters your brain. And that's why today most of you are addicted to TikToks. True or false? Oh, I said most, I did not say all. Most of you are addicted to social media. It's nice to be addicted, but don't allow the motor jam you when you are moving on the road. Anyway, so the thing is this. Let's look at the opening case so that I can save my time. Now, opening case here is Yahoo and Google. You can see that Yahoo now got bata when you compare Yahoo to Google. True or false? But one thing I like Google for is that I can check if I lose this phone, I'm not worried. I can go buy a new phone install my normal, all the applications. And the photos, my Google photos, when I gave birth to my first son, I can access them. When my wife was delivered, what I did was to use my tab and snap as they were bringing out the baby from where they were bringing out from the world of immaterial. I snapped it. It's in the cloud. But somehow along the line, I had to delete it. Just that particular scene, that scenario. But the other ones, I left. So I can actually go back and show my son. Sorry, I'm Igbo. Sorry, permit me to use Igbo. It means, look at how you were so years ago. So Google has a way of engaging you to check out, telling you it will not place your pictures together. That's business. Now, what Google did I like is that Google acquired a lot of startups. There was a period in time that Yahoo was just doing smeh. Please, if you want to grow in business, don't do what? Smeh. What is smeh? It means to me, my own understanding, like, should I? Shouldn't I? Do. If you fail, you will learn. True or false? That's the truth. I have dealt a lot of situations. As I'm talking to you now, we have a training we want to do in the Gambia. Are you aware of that? No, you're not. As I'm talking to you, want to train. Gambia population is not up to 5 million. Are you aware of that? Gambia. As I'm talking to you, so see, the thing is, we are moving from Nigeria. If Nigeria is very big, over 200 million, it could be a nonsense data. If they are not appreciating what you are doing, move on to the next kingdom. And those ones appreciate, as in they are begging me to come down to Gambia. Me and who? Me and myself. The truth is, it's just because I am talking about AI, that's why I'm going to Gambia. Tomorrow I will go to Senegal. The next day I will go to Kafanchan. Next tomorrow I will go to Canada. But what the most important thing is, in your own business, how are you taking this in? Don't be hesitant. Don't do sime. Google's advantage over Yahoo in the search engine. Of course, same search engine. 4 years, 1994. 1998, Google started. As Google started, Google did something different. We're going to look at the points, okay, how they made it different. Okay, while both companies started as search engines, Google has consistently, look at that, consistency is a very key word. Yes, consistently in business. Not be today you are into akara. Tomorrow you are into soap making. Next tomorrow you see, like this on the work. It happens to us all, true or false. Some businesses will fail. There are a lot of businesses that Google started that failed. Who can remember? Onemo. How many of you remember the business that Google started that is no longer operating now? Anybody in the house? Thank you very much. We have a good guy in the house. Is that Google? You said Yahoo and you're mentioning Google. Be careful. Anyway, we are here to learn. The most important thing is that, why did it fail? I did a research on that and also why it failed. That you have grown does not mean you have not failed at one point in time in your life. You will always fail. And failure is good. But don't wait to fail. Or don't plan to fail. Don't say, I'm just doing I know I'll go fish. But no. Don't have that kind of mindset. All right, apart from Yahoo in terms of search quality and AI integration, here are some key advantages that have contributed to Google's success. Okay? Now, I need you to write if you can write. I need you to store it in your head if you have Pentium that is higher than Pentium 3. Okay? Search algorithm. Search algorithm was one of the things that made Google run faster than Yahoo. Google developed a more sophisticated and effective search algorithm known as PageRank. I'm sure you know about PageRank. For those of you who are in tech, which ranked web pages based on their relevance, okay, and authority. This algorithm provided more accurate search results compared to earlier approaches. Of course, developed by Yahoo itself. Yahoo was there before Google. Don't forget. See as these people search the display. How many search of recent? Meaning there is none. You've not searched it on Yahoo. Why are you not searching on Yahoo? And because you are searching on Yahoo, Yahoo is now optimizing, using that to now give you Google AdSense and Google whatever, come and pay for adverts and all that. Is it not true? That's true. So search algorithm. So if you are a new business, Look at what others are doing. Benchmark. My father calls it, my father is a professor by the grace of God, but that's not the reason why I'm talking like this. But just know that he taught something, and I always thank God that God gave me my father. So he talks about 3 crown principles. I'm not going to share that with you. In the master class, I will share it. Is that okay? Then the first thing I want you to take note is check what others are doing. They are doing their own this way. Let's start our own this way now. And enter the market. How many of you remember when Cowbell started Sachet? Pig Sachet. Yes. And what happened? They started it, but other sectors, other industries, other manufacturing industries, they copied. I was opportune to do something with one company in the East, very big company. And they took me around, they showed me their machines and all that and what they are trying to produce. They are into different things, but one of them is oil. OIL, palm oil. So they have this machine that will be producing that all those small sachet kind of. Why are they thinking that way? Because somebody laid the foundation. That was Cowbell. If those of you remember Cowbell, our milk. Now, number 2, continuous innovation. One is search algorithm. So that's for Google and Yahoo. So your own is, what are those people doing? How can I make it better? So number 2 is continuous innovation. Google has a strong culture. Culture is a way of life. Okay? How you do things, how you greet people. Look at the banks. Anytime you want to enter most of the banks, they'll tell you, they'll be greeting you. You will be small picking. They greet you, hey, welcome, sir. Welcome, ma. Because you carry bag way money there inside. So now it's a culture. So now culture of what? Innovation. Has a strong culture of innovation and has what? And has continuously invested in research and development. You see, R&D, I was the R&D of one particular company like that many years ago. The truth is, I started advocating R&D, research. I'm a person, I'm an idea person. So that's how you say it. Anything you are thinking of, just ask me and I'll come up with an idea, except I'm not interested. So they put me in that place. So you should have a department. That department could be one part of your brain. And that part of your brain is research and development. You research it, check it out, and get a better version of it. You are the owner of the business. You remember you are just starting up. And that's why you're called a startup. And AI technologies. So now, research and development to improve its what? Search algorithms. And AI technologies. This commitment to innovation has allowed Google to stay where? Ahead of the competition. Remember we're talking about growth. For you to grow, market share must be plenty. Have you been noticing what is happening in the beverage industry now? Biggie, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and the rest of them. Have you noticed what's happening? Of recent, my friend was called to come and help spread one of the brands. Because they are looking at this kind of brand where we come out, want to enter inside that market back again. And what did they do? They spent money. Be ready to spend money in making. Till tomorrow, Coca-Cola will be advertising Coca-Cola. Why? Coca-Cola is made. True or false? Yes. They have grown in terms of market share. They are still leading. No matter all those small boys. Small boys, you know the small boys I'm talking about. So now, continuous innovation to stay ahead of the competition. The next one is AI and machine learning. Google has been at the forefront of AI and machine learning research and development. They have also integrated AI into various products and services, such as Google Search is a product. And what else? Google Photos, that I explained to you, is a product. Google Assistant, to provide personalized and relevant experiences to users. How many have I mentioned? 3. Number 4, data processing and analysis. Google has massive computing power. Google was part of the companies that had their supercomputers. And even, of course, IBM has always been there. Quantum computing and all that. But Google is actually doing very well, making sure that it stays ahead of startups like you, that maybe tomorrow you start another search engine. Who knows the kind of search engine you will start? Or is it a crime for a Nigerian to have a search engine? It's not. It's not a crime. But one challenge that you have in this country to start a search engine is power. That's the only challenge. If power can be stable, Nigeria will grow like this. Not AP, but what? GP. I think there's nothing anything higher than GP. That's the way Nigerian businesses will grow. All right. But I hope the government will do something about that. Thank you. The next one is infrastructure. Google has built a robust infrastructure with data centers worldwide. How many of Yahoo data centers do you have in Nigeria? Or even business units do you have in Nigeria? None. But when you go around Yaba, Habat Macaulay, where you see Google, they're everywhere. Now, if you go to Kingsway, if you're going to Ikoyi, you see Google taking a space. But I have not seen Yahoo. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the thing is this, your infrastructure, Google has built a robust infrastructure. You don't have to wait until you have a very big, you can start small. And now Google is offering cloud services. You can go to even AWS. Thank God we also partner with AWS. So you can have your own small. You don't have to gather a big infrastructure to do business in this country as far as this time is concerned. So let's look at another one, mobile integration. I'll talk about infrastructure. Mobile integration. Google successfully transitioned into mobile era, okay, by developing the Android operating system. That's another advantage that Google had. The Android, whatever you have, Google pioneered it. Which one Yahoo gets? Are you getting one point? So the guy came down to our level so that he can relate with us. I know Bada is good though. Call me back. My hand is paining me. Now, it's good. But Android enables you to connect. And that was what Google capitalized by deploying operating system called Android. Now, so, then the next one is monetization. Of course, Google started with advertising, Google adverts. You want to place YouTube adverts that you see, you watch. How many people? You know, one thing I like about UBA, I'm going to mention them, is because when they launched their first chatbot, AI chatbot, because that's where we also leverage on and we build chatbots for leverage companies. Now, the thing is this. One thing they did was to advertise Leo on YouTube. So anytime, of course, if you dare click on any of those adverts, you continuously see them in other devices. But the thing is this. They had to use Wizkid to do the ad. Of course, most of you like Wizkid. True or false? This generation, especially those ones born from 1990 to date. Even 1999, 2007. Wizkid, once you hear we is kid. The thing is this. So they had to use that to reach out to you. Something that appeals to you. Okay? So you have to look into that. So the advertising, monetizing everything. That's YouTube for you. Then brand trust. But don't forget, YouTube was not originally Google's. YouTube was a startup, just like WhatsApp was a startup that Mark Zuckerberg, my younger brother, you know he's my younger brother. Yeah, we're born the same month. Mark Elliott Zuckerberg, he's Hebrew, I am Igbo. Are you getting my point? And so that's the thing, you need to connect. So when he came to Yaba, unfortunately, I was not aware. I would have gone to meet him because he didn't tell me he was coming. That's my brother. Yeah. So that's it. So monetization is key. The next one is brand trust. Your trust. They should trust your brand. We have trusted Google to the point where anything we want to do, subconsciously we type, Google it. True or false? That's subconscious. That's addiction that you willy-nilly enter. So I don't want to talk too much on that aspect. I want you to know that everybody seated here, whether you like AI or not, you are a product of AI. My coming here is a product of what? AI. I don't want to talk about the thing, but before you start asking me questions, I might not be around when the question session will be going on, but I want to just answer your questions ahead of time. So if I'm not around, you know. We are in the age of collaborative intelligence. We are not competing with AI. Neither is AI competing with us. But the challenge I have with the humanity, as I'm talking to you, is that humans want to become artificial. Why artificial intelligence wants to become human? And then when you go to China, you see young. Have you seen those videos? I post some of them on my status. You know, I'm not that social anyway. If not, I go down to post them for LinkedIn. You go down to see them. But the truth is, we now have humanoids, like a full-blown lady, having all the temples and all the rest. Do you get the gist? And he's walking like human. So you see that machines, they are trying to mimic us in such a way that they look like us exactly. And humans are beginning to do artificial breast, artificial this, artificial that, artificial leg, artificial this, everything artificial. What are you trying to do? You know. But in business, how should you do it? I want you to understand that in business, it can be adopted step by step. So I think at the end of this, looking at the case between Yahoo and Google, I'll make sure that the slide gets to you because I have it outlined already there. And maybe during the masterclass, we can go deeper into it. Now, brand trust is important. People should trust your brand to the point where they willy-nilly get to use your tool. And that's why everybody here, we all use Google, what's it called? Google Map. When you want to go to a place, you trust Google Map to tell you the address. True or false? So you have developed a trust for something made, something that is artificial. And that's how we get addicted to these things subconsciously. So they ask you 1 + 1, ChatGPT, tell me the answer. 2 + 2, ChatGPT, tell me the answer. November 30th, OpenAI launched ChatGPT. And towards Christmas, that same year, I wrote my first book on caring for children with learning disabilities because I'm also a brain coach. I train people on how to use their brain and see things and magnetize it once. So I wrote in the book, and it's on Amazon. So I capitalized on the technology. So you as a business, as a startup, you should be thinking how to leverage on these things. All right. I don't want to go too far into that, but there's something I want to tell you. 2017, Google actually developed the framework and open sourced it, the ChatGPT thing. But somehow, OpenAI was forced to use the stuff and monetized it. It's not about who invented electricity, it's about the person who commercialized it. So if you have ideas, you'll be writing books, writing things down, and maybe when you die later, and they will now open the books, and they will see ideas that you wrote down that you did not even take a step of faith. That's where your faith comes in. I can do all things, all, through another power. And that power is the power of Christ, who is in me. All right. I don't want to start preaching now. Okay. Now, developer ecosystem. Now, Google has fostered a robust ecosystem of developers and third-party app creators, leading to the creation of numerous applications and services that integrate with Google's AI technologies. Please, who owns Play Store? Talk now. Chorus answer. Google. Who owns Apple Store? Apple. Thank you very much, sir. All right, who owns Apple Store? Apple. Which one? Yahoo gets. You see where the problem is. You see why Yahoo did not go too far. Then the next one is acquisition. Okay, thank you very much. The next one is acquisition. And in summary, Google's focus on innovation, AI integration, data-driven approaches, and infrastructure development have positioned it ahead of Yahoo in the search AI domains, allowing Google to maintain its status as one of the world's leading tech companies. Tomorrow, your own company will become world leading. If and only if, by conditional. If and only if you take a step of faith, okay, in adopting AI technology. So the remaining slides I have, I'm sure during the masterclass, we'll get into that deep. Thank you very much for your time. All right.
I'm going to put those hands together again for Mr. David. Mr. David, before you leave, I'll need to see you outside before you leave here, shortly now. Put your hands together for Mr. David one more time. You know, AI has actually come to enhance businesses, and to a large extent, you know, I see them in my office, they use it a lot. I've been using ChatGPT from day one last week. So, I mean, I can see the effect. And at this point, no. Sorry, can we clarify that, please? I don't understand what you're saying. Is it the third speaker now? All right. Okay. Let's put our hands together as we listen to the voiceover.
Joy Ikebi Ni Akosa is a trained journalist and the founder of Lagos popular digital marketing agency, Jack Bell Media. Beginning a writing career, she wrote a book titled Social Media Marketing Challenges and Solutions, which sold over 2,000 copies while running a gossip blog and YouTube channel. She started writing a series on blogs. She wrote stories like The Chronicles of Isioma, Wives on the Run, AK, Python, and some few others. In 2019, Joy founded the Legit Vendor in Nigeria, a corporate organization that focuses on entrepreneurship development, which over 7,000 members offering digital marketing, solution, and advertising to most small and medium businesses. She started and opened Jack Bell Studios in 2021. As a digital marketing expert, she has coached numerous individuals on social media campaigns who had no prior knowledge and are now masters in digital marketing.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's make welcome Joy Ikebi Ni Akosa. Keep clapping, please. Keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping. Keep clapping. Don't stop clapping until she speaks.
Good afternoon, everybody. Is it afternoon yet? You're smiling too much. Good afternoon. Hope we're enjoying ourselves. So I want energy in the room. You know I deal with energy. So please, I want everybody to get up. Thank you. Get up and put your hands together for yourselves. Okay. Thank you. You can now sit. So we are discussing irresistible offers. And I'm sure we all have social medias here. I'm a social media person. No? I eat and dine in social media. Okay, so I hope we all have businesses on social media. How many of us have businesses on social media? Not everybody. It's just 20%. What? The rest, you don't like social media? Huh? You don't like social media? I need you to answer. Okay, you don't have businesses yet. Okay. All right, irresistible offers. Who can tell me what an offer is? We'll start with that. What is an offer? When I make you an offer, what does it mean? Who is going to answer that question? I'm sure we have smart people in the room. We're all smart, right? Who is answering? Somebody has to answer. Somebody has to talk. Yeah, thank you. Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, good morning. I think an offer is like a request. It's like a gift.
Okay.
It's like
Request,
a gift.
Who has
So
another?
an irresistible gift is a gift that you cannot reject.
Okay.
And so bringing it back to our business, when you have a business that the customer needs, and they cannot reject it no matter who is offering the business. Thank you.
Okay. Somebody else wants to talk there.
In my own knowledge, an offer is an opportunity you're willing to give.
So everybody has different definitions of offer. Like Sister Ibukun said, there's what we call perception. We all have our own perception to the offer that we can take. Not all gifts, even if they give you, if I give you 10 million naira to go and kill somebody now, would you collect? Is that not an offer? You see me? It's an offer, but not all offers are offers. Right? So that's when our consciousness comes to play. That's when our, the human, our home training comes to play. Not all offers are offers. So making offers that look so good that people feel stupid to say no. That when you finish saying no, you say, I was so stupid. Why didn't I just grab it? When you are doing business, what keeps our business afloat is money, cash, inflow. You can have business, and then in 2 months, you've not made money. Is that business? And meanwhile, you're paying staffs. Let me use a school as an example. You run a school, and one section goes, no new people comes in. Another year, no new intake. Even if you want to even have intake, maybe 1 or 2. Meanwhile, the people graduating are like 30. Is that business? So you want a situation whereby when they get to primary 6 and you have 30 outgoing pupils and you have like 50 more coming in, that is business. It means you are running a school. In a situation whereby 30 is going, 5 and you are happy, it will get to a point where it's only 2 that will remain in the class. And then teachers will now demand for more. And when they are coming to work, they are frowning their face because you are owing them salaries. That's when you know that your business is stagnant. And I know of a school, oh God, forgive me, because that's my secondary school. Okay, so I was invited, I won't tell you the name so that you will not mock them. I was invited to speak to the secondary school students. And when I got to the school, it was my school. And I'm surprised that I'm leaving this school. I left that school about, my first daughter is 7 years old and I've graduated like about 15 years ago. And then I went there and the school is still like that. The same uncompleted building. And I'm asking myself, they don't see this building finish. And I realized that it is not because they don't wish to finish it. There is no money. Will you use all the money coming in at that point in time when they are not increasing in numbers? It's like they are even reducing. And I thought to myself, this is not business. They are just staying in business so that it won't look as if they've closed. That there are people that are business that are working cops. They are not doing anything there. But just so that Lekki business is number 1. There are businesses in Lekki. Yes. There are businesses in Lekki. They pay so much for rent. But I will tell you for a fact that they are not making quarter of that rent every year. Nobody is coming in. Nobody is going out. And everybody is, social media. Social media is social media now. Is what you see that you see. You don't know what's going on behind the scene. I might be walking in my room. I might be doing business in a corner of my room. And I have a shelf, a nice shelf and nice ambience. You will not know it's my room that I'm selling. Anybody that tells me that they can't grow on social media, you should be able to grow from social media to real life. But when you are now stuck in one place, that's where problem is. And the only way we can go is when we have money. So, how do people grow? By getting more customers. In order for your business to grow, are you jotting things down? More customers. Number 2 is increase in average purchase value. Increase in purchase value. If you are selling 5 items before, you should be able to sell 10 next month. You should be able to sell 15 the upper month. You should be able to keep scaling by 5 twos. Not you sold 10 this month. You are selling 2 next month. Next month, you are not selling anything again. That is not increase in purchase value. Then you want to get your customers to buy more times. That is not one-off. I want to be able to buy something and buy again. Now, this is where we need to be calculative when it comes to offers. There are businesses that, naturally, people do not need them every day. Yeah, they buy once in a while. But offers will make people buy that thing multiple times. and even refer more people. Because without people, we can't get money. We need money to sustain that business. So you can't, an excuse of, it's not, when you meet some people, what happened? Why don't you have money? Don't say, this is my business, no be everyday business. This my work, no be everyday work. That's not an excuse. You are not looking for more people. And I will tell you that WhatsApp people and Facebook people are on this table. They like to live with the ideology that I used to sell on WhatsApp. To who? Are you looking for more people to add to that contact list? Or are you selling to that one set of people, your family members and friends? Because they bought, when you launch a new business, you will see support too. When you announce that I just opened a business, people will support you. That's people that know. They will support you until the thing finish. Then they will know that they have where they are buying before. And that's where experience comes to play. You offer people experience so that they come back to you. Not because you just want to make quick cash. That's not business. Business is not one-off. You are making money today, then tomorrow, next tomorrow, you want to make sure that you are making money every day. That's why your brain needs to work 24/7. I've been on social media now for how many years? And I will tell you that in a day I can post 30 contents and I'm not out of content. And I don't even know where that content is coming from. Because this brain works, it might be an old video, it might be something else, but I shall know that I cannot be out of content. If you like, tell me to post 200 times a day. That is because I always have something to offer. Last week, I did something. I'm selling a premium course right now. And that course, I will tell you, I've been advertising it with all my mind and my strength. I've been going on. There's no advert I've not done, even if I've not done offline marketing for now. And I've been using my channel, I've been spending money. I will tell you that I spend up to 70K every day on adverts. 70,000, that's people's salary. 70,000 every single day. My 70,000 naira today gives birth to the next 70,000 for the next day. That is how I do it. It's not that as if I put millions there. If I don't make that 70 back today, know that Mark is not taking my 70K tomorrow. You must give me that money back. So, and I keep doing this advert, I keep doing it. And I get lots of followers. In a month, I can get 5,000 new followers. And they are following me. But I'm supposed to have 5,000 people in my class now. As they are following me. So what are they doing? They are just watching. They are looking for when your offer appeals to them. Right now, what you advertise is not what they want. I can't give you, the cost is 70K. They are following you. That means they are interested, Abi? So, they are now watching. 70K. Should I give her? No, she never convinced me yet. Should I give her? No. They can stay there 2 years. They are not yet convinced. They can stay here. You just hear, I've been watching you from afar for years. I just decided to buy today. What happened? Should I give you my life before you buy? Since all these days, I've been advertising. And you are seeing the advertising. And if I drop content, maybe a funny content, they are, it's so nice. Buy. They are commenting, buy. Like, buy. I don't want it. Just buy. I've been doing a lot. If you follow me on social media, I go through a lot. But they are not buying. So what I did was, and I sat down, I said, since you don't want to buy, you see this money, I'll collect it either by hook or by crook. Sure you don't want to pay 70K, you will pay another one. And I came up with a 72 hours challenge. That's where urgency comes in your offer. Urgency. Make it look as if now. If you don't take that action now, you are missing. Urgency. I told them, I am going to sell this thing for 72 hours. Meaning that if you don't buy today, you don't buy tomorrow, you don't buy next tomorrow, it's not coming back. And maybe some people thought I was joking. And that is where you need to stand on your word sometimes. Don't think people can read people. Some people will say, my promo ends today. But it doesn't end today. You will extend it again. we fine. Extension is fine. Price increases next week, and you're using them to be doing, they will know that that's how you are. They will never buy because you are very unserious. She says it will end, but it will not end. She's just joking. But when you stand on your word once or twice, they will know that you are very serious about that offer. And because I'm somebody that do not repeat courses, I sell courses, so I don't repeat them. If I sell one course now, know that before you see that course again, maybe it's next year. I don't repeat courses. In fact, somebody had to ask me, why is it that you don't repeat? How will you survive? Like, if you don't sell this course now, how will you survive? How will you make money? I tell you that social media is not everything. I have other businesses that can also. So far, if I eat 3 square meal and I have 0 in my account, I'm fine. That's how God has. Like, I don't even need to eat. I just need to just be okay. Peace of mind is. But then, and I put this 72 hours, and I told them, if you don't register in 72 hours, I put the offer. I look at, should I put it 1K so that I say 1K. We thought the ad I'm running, that Mark is eating my money. No. I said, let me just do 3-2. Now, I would have done that thing for free. I would have done it for free. But no, I'm not doing it for free. I need them to pay me. When they pay me, they can decide to go for the other course. Pay this 3-2. If you can pay this 3-2, if you are convinced enough, you pay the remaining, the 70K. And guess what? If you follow me, you know how that course went. In 24 hours, we have over 200 students. In 48 hours, we have over 300 students. And I closed it myself. I told them it's okay. Because the more the headache. I said it's okay. I wasn't expecting that number of people. But that was made in 72 hours. And that is where that offer was for people that could not afford the big course, but they wanted to just try you. They don't know you that much to trust you yet, but they just need something that they can let go of. 3-2 is nothing to them. So as a small business, you should have a premium offer and something that people can let go of their money. I know that everybody needs to charge their worth, but you need to find a balance, right? You need to find a balance. If at all, give them something that you can give for free to just make that thing, the value come up. There are people selling shoes. There are people selling bags. How can you combine the two? Are you not tired of selling everything single? What do you think? I am selling shoe, I am selling bag. I'm the same person that is selling the both products. Why can't I combine them together and put a price to it so that I know that when I'm paying you, I'm paying for this, and this together. That is value. That is an offer. Sometimes you see your product is 10,000 naira. Your profit on that product is 3,000 naira. You ask yourself, what can I let go inside this 3,000 I can give them as added value? Should I buy buckets or should I buy slippers? There are slippers of 2K, right? There are slippers of 3K. There are gifts of 1K. There are gifts of 500 naira. Even no matter how hard the economy is, we can still see key holder. Give them as added value. They are getting this and getting this. Because at the end of the day, those products you refuse to sell as combo offers, they will still remain in your shop. You will not sell them. There's something that I know when my mom was selling food stuff, and she would say, let me add bread. Let me start selling bread so that who won't buy this one, we see bread to buy. You know how it is in the conventional market. Some people sell things just to support so that's how it is. There is a man selling toys. What he does is sell toys. Big shop. He sell very, stock up toys, millions of naira. But you and I, let's come back to real life. Business people, we like fantasy. We like to imagine. Vivid imagination. We like to imagine. Let's say They pay me 2,000. Let's say I sell. There's no let us say in business, if you do not sell it, you do not sell it. Sales is binary. If you don't sell it, it's numbers. If you don't sell it, you did not sell it. There's nothing like assuming, like people that plan money that they've not seen. You know, I'm expecting. You've not seen the money, but you've bought house and lands with the imagination, this thing. So this man stocked up toys. And then nobody is coming to, wait, I'll just sit down like that. I'm just imagining now as a mother of 3, I'll sit down like this now. My problem is toy. I can buy it when I, have the opportunity to. But not I will now wear clothes. Today is toy. It doesn't happen like that. Except you find your, maybe a birthday or something. Something will just warrant you to do that. And this man sees that it's like that. This toy, you will eat it. Is it that the thing, the batteries that it came with it spoil inside? And then he started selling sweets. Chocolates and children. Meaning that every child that is going to school, their parents will bring them around to buy sweets in front of his shop. And that is how he got the visibility he needed. He got his target audience. So he attracted his target audience with sweets. Because me, I am not his target audience. In as much as I have children, I am not his target audience. I'm just helping the target audience to buy. It's my money. It's my choice. I cannot, and now the mother of the target audience cannot stand up and go and buy toy. So the target audience has to request for it. So how do I now get that target audience closer to see it very well? Both the target audience and their mother or their parents is to sell sweet of 5 naira, 10 naira, 20 naira. So what he did was use the little commodity to attract them to buy the bigger ones. So they come every day to buy the sweets and then the chewing-gum and all of those. And mommy see, daddy see, we are not buying today. But whether we like it or not, we have seen it. The parents have seen it, and we now know where they are selling toys. In fact, if we don't know before, now we now know. So we are now seeing it. The next day, we go and buy sweet again, we are seeing it. Even you as a parent will be attracted to one toy, sooner or later. And when they are doing birthday, you will know that, let me go to that toy shop, since he has been pointing it, or since she has been pointing it, to go and buy toy. Now, let's come back to our businesses. What are you selling right now? Is what you are selling right now, does it have enough visibility for you to even offer? Let's not even talk about offer now. Let's talk about how people are seeing you. Because if you do offer from now to tomorrow, nobody's seeing it. You're on your own, no. So there are 3 markets that will always exist. 3 types of markets. 1, wealth. 2, health. 3, relationship. Under wealth, what do we have? Give me businesses under wealth. Those are the 3 markets that will always exist, no matter what happens. Who can give me an example of businesses that are under wealth? Yes. Another one? Real estate. Good. Health. Businesses under health. Yes. Supplements. Massage. Spa. Gym. Those are under health. Relationships. All the relationships that we like now, all of a sudden we don't know businesses under it. But you're always saying, God, when? Relationship. Businesses under relationship. Businesses, when you talk about business, things that keep relationships together. That it could be friends, it could be husband and wife, it could be... You said? School, good. I'm hearing something there. Counseling, yes. Matchmaking is a business. Can we put it under counseling? A separate business. So I'll open a business and say, Mark, I need to learn more. And they pay money for it. Wow. Is it lucrative? Let me see whether I want to go and open it too, because very lucrative. Okay. Now we now know the 3 types of markets. Now ask yourself, the business I'm currently doing, is it servicing these 3 areas? Check it well. Is it servicing any of this area? The serving crowd that you have, the people that are looking for your product or services, they need to be persuaded. They need to know that what you are giving them is correct. Oh, Jency, there are different ways to grab people's attention. You see all this, I have a skit maker friend that recently rebranded. Do we all know her? You don't know her? Not Mirajiki. You know, she recently rebranded after getting a lot of audience from skit making. So she wants to reduce the skit making aspect and now face the real business world. Those skit makers that you are seeing, what they are doing right now is getting visible. They are getting all the audience that they can get. But the only issue is when they now change that their skit making to a real business page, you now know that there's not going to be sales because they've been targeting anyhow people. So that is why when you want to start a business, you need to define your roadmap. These are the people I want to attract. If you give me as an influencer an advert to do for you, and it doesn't resonate with my target audience, it doesn't have anything to do with business, my people will just look at you like this. Okay, bye. People that I advertise for, they have to be in the line of mother, family. If it's not family, if it's not motherhood, if it's not business, you can't. If I do it for you, you not sell. You will not sell because I won't even be comfortable doing that advert because my people do not resonate with it. They will even find it strange. They will find it strange. That is why when you are building a business, you need to define what you want. You can't do spa business today. Close the page down. I'm talking about social media now. Close it down. Now say you want to sell food stuff on that same page. No. So you can't keep attracting the wrong audience because you are changing businesses 3 times. If you want to change it, it's fine. But please be opening separate pages so you attract different audiences for that. Now, there are so many ways to create roadmap. When you want to create roadmap for your business, you have to first start from your target audience. Then you now enter digital marketing. What strategy? What content strategy? A skincare person cannot be using the same content strategy with a foodstuff seller. Neither can you do with a carpenter or a furniture person. You need different content strategy and advert strategy. Budgeting too. Spend money to advertise your business. I have written all this roadmap down in this book, The No Bullshit Guide to Business. Now, this book is at the back here. And usually, I sell it for 5,000 naira. But I brought only a few copies that is going for 2,500. Yes, it's going for 2,500. So, meaning that if that one finishes there, you are not going to get it again. So, that's an offer. Yeah. So, I think that will be all for today. As I said, my time is up. So, thank you very much.
Praise the Lord. Okay, now we're going to ask questions. And all our questions that we have written down, we're going to ask both of them. And if you have any question, just signify so that we can. And then, of course, she still have, well, she was actually extended a few minutes, but somehow there was a glitch in that communication. So, questions, please. Or, you know what? Please, could I have some two chairs up here? Please, could you help me? Could I have 2 chairs up here so that they see them and they can actually ask properly? No, this black. Sorry. Thank you. Let me remove it. Yeah, it's not. All right, please, could you come up?
Okay, my question is to Mrs. Joy, right? Okay. Okay, so for a new business that is just starting, you know, you center your attention towards your audience, trying to be visible. But while you're doing that, is it advisable to run offers for a new business that is just starting? Is it that advisable? Probably you've been trying to be visible for a month, but you haven't still gotten it, like you're still not there, you're not getting sales yet. Is it advisable to run sales, to run a package like you advise for a new business?
Thank you for that question. I want you to get this clear. There's difference between sales and offers. You know, as a new business, you just invested your capital into something. You can't just be running sales anyhow, right? You can't just, from 5,000 area now selling below profit because you want to get your cash back. Then that's not business because it's not sustainable. When you are offering something, like I said, it has to be something of value. You can sell even at higher price. But because you have done things together, you've put different strategies. That's your combo sales, your free lectures. You've done a lot of things behind the scenes. Now we can even buy at higher price or even buy at the same price, but because we know you're cheaper. I don't know what you sell. What do you sell? Food stuff. Is it as a personal shopper or you have the goods?
As a personal shopper.
As a personal shopper. Yes. Now, there is a service. It's a food stuff service. You are not selling food stuff. You are rendering a service of helping us to shop for food stuff. Now, to give me an offer, I personally would love a personal shopper because it's hard in my area to get food stuff. But do you know that I have come across so many personal shoppers like yourself, and after giving me price, I leave them? Because it's more like I'm an Igbo girl, so I'm very calculative. So when you tell me this picture is 500 naira, if I shall not enter, let me go and buy it by myself. That's me being calculative. You know, we're logical people. Now, if you give me an offer that I'm going to buy exactly what you are seeing in the market, in fact, just pay me my service charge. So meaning that I can give you 200K to stock up my house, but you are charging me 10K for the service. I will personally give you that 10K because I know that you saved me stress and time. I'm actually saying not that you are going to be buying those things and you are putting prices. If I find out tomorrow that the okra you said is 500 naira is not actually 500 naira. Maybe I'll see it better by myself. I won't use you again. Right? So there are different approaches to creating offers. You could do, let me know your price from the onset. And that's why most businesses close. Because they try to, use sales to deceive people. And at the end of the day, they now increase the price. Just like Kuda Bank. So that's it.
Oh, my question is for the lawyer. If it's just a legal advice that I want to ask from you. If you open a company in the US and you are floating it to Africa, that is Nigeria, is there a tax difference? Then I want you to give me a legal advice. Is it better to start locally, go internationally, and come back locally for more respect, or to start internationally and come locally to sell the product? Thank you, ma'am.
Our advice, first, you have to know who you're targeting, where the audience is, what is the business, what are you selling, whatever product or service. In Nigeria, you have to register a business, registration with CAC, because now they're climbing down on social media. They've been doing that for quite a while, and you never know who is actually watching you. So even if it's a business name registration, but find out where your audience is. There are people, I know a whole lot of high network people started here, and then they float the business, or they still register in the States, which takes like a day or two to complete registration. But for here, as soon as they know that you're resident here, or maybe one of your directors or shareholders is here, they will find you. So start here, register here rather, and then you have a business name that you can also use over there. Yes, we're going global, but businesses still have some form of being domicile in a resident country. Our taxes vary from country to country. I know Nigeria pays like the highest anyway. But it's because of some conditions, some market conditions. That's why our taxation is that high. We relatively don't have the basic things that make life more sustainable. We don't have that yet. So taxation. And then maybe I can talk about United States. They pay high tax, but they can see what they're paying for. They can actually clamp down on the government. They can do a whole lot of things, but we are not afforded that opportunity yet. Welcome.
Sorry, did she answer your question well? Okay. Next person.
Good afternoon. My name is Elena. Okay, so there's this business I started under health and wellness. I started running social Instagram ads. Then I didn't get anybody. I got people interested, but they weren't buying because of the price. I reduced it. They weren't still buying. Then I started giving free orders. I got 3 people. They took it and tried it, and it worked. So one finished it, and she was asking for another free one. It just discouraged me, honestly. So I really don't know how to go about that.
What's the question?
The question is, how do I go about that? Because I said they want it free. And if I reduce the price too much, the quantity will not be enough to actually cure the reason why I made the product for. So I really don't know how to go about it.
This still boils down to what I said earlier. You've started with free. So get ready to continue with free. Now, you are trying to train. You know, we human beings, we get used to a norm very fast. That is why when a dance comes up, within 2 weeks, it's all over the place. In fact, if you don't know how to dance it, it's like you are not in this planet Earth. That is how it is. When you are training people to behave a certain way, what you are doing right now is brand communication. You are communicating a certain way to your brand, and you are telling them that, wait, I will give you free. So they are waiting. If you put free now, They will rush you. That's because that's what you started with. I am not saying that what you are doing is not okay. You know you put your price to it. But I still feel that you are not doing enough. You may feel that you are doing enough. All of us, we feel we are doing enough. Until another person steps into the shoes, you will now know that you are not even doing anything. So for you, you think you are doing enough, but you're not doing enough. Right? You are running ads. Ads, people think that digital marketing ads on Facebook ads, Instagram ads, is just put money, give mark, and then he just shows the word and they start giving you money. What's your sales funnel? What are you doing behind the scenes? What have you done? What have you done? What kind of content are you creating? How clear is your communication? How are you communicating your value? Are you using yourself? Are you using filters and we are not seeing your face? Or are you using models that are looking so good? What are you using to communicate that? What kind of videos are you shooting for that your skincare or your whatever? What kind of things? Who are the people using it? Are your target done a lot, I've posted, I've been posting. If you like, post 50 times a day. Who will not buy? Will not buy. Because you are not hitting their pain points. Some people, different people have different issues. What is the one you are tackling? Is it acne? Is it pimple? What kind of therapy? What kind of thing are you selling? And are you communicating to those people? And you could communicate with people in different ways using content. I'm not saying you should go and share handbill, but you can use content. I personally run a business and I can relate to what you're doing, right? But if I want to communicate, I hear, you know, when you're a business owner and you sit back end and you're listening to what people are saying concerning your business, it could be questions they can't ask you directly. So what I do is when I get, you know, just small information about somebody said this, somebody asked this, you know what I will do? That question, I'll use it to create content the next day. To answer that question. You see how I said I can never run out of content because my audience gives me content to create. So, if you like, you say, if they throw me on social media, I will reply with content. If you praise me, I will reply with content. Anything you do, I will reply with content. So what I'm doing is, I am not directly coming to stand my camera and say, hi, my name is Jack Bell. I am an expert in this. No. But the little, small content I'm doing is communicating to you. Like today, I still dropped one on content, on advertising. So who are you targeting? What kind of objective? There are different objectives to your advert. There's send message, there's profile visit, there's conversion, there's sales. Which one is your objective? And are you directing that content to that objective? I wouldn't want to waste our time, so maybe we'll talk later, I don't know.
Quick data. The AI master has to actually leave. Does anybody have any question for him? Let's just have 2 questions. That's 1. Any other one? That's 2. So give them the mic. And, okay.
Praise the Lord. Thank you, Papa, for the opportunity. So, sir, when you were talking about integrating AI into small business, startups, you mentioned AWS, which I believe is Amazon Web Services. I've actually seen this in so many other places. My question is, how do you use this practically apply to your existing business to grow it?
How do you use Amazon?
AWS in
AWS
particular.
services, yes.
Yes.
How do you use it?
How do you apply it in practical to grow your existing business?
To grow your existing business?
Yes.
Okay. Very simple. Amazon offers a lot of services, and one of them is cloud services. And in that cloud services, you can host with Amazon. Okay? And a typical company that did that, I remember, it's Google Host. How many of you know Wugo Host? Yes, Wugo Host is a hosting company. Is that correct? So they already have existing business. And some of the platforms I have, like websites, I host on Wugo Host. But I noticed one thing about Wugo Host. Of recent, Wugo Host, I think after the COVID, Wugo Host now transferred all their files to Amazon Web Services. So that's one way existing business can leverage on what Amazon Web Services is offering. As I'm talking to you now, Amazon is in this country. Are you aware? As in, like Google being present in Nigeria. Okay? That's why I'm telling you, Yahoo is not doing well. And one day, Yahoo no longer exists. But I don't have any personal issue with Yahoo. Like somebody asked me, do you have any issue with Yahoo? Although they made me, I couldn't access my mail in bad day 2001 because they could not think ahead, like Google, to have double authentication. Okay, but that's not my issue. The most important thing here is, I've answered your question. You as an existing business can leverage on AWS instead of having to enter this party and then connect to that party. You can go straight to AWS to host your website and also design websites. And I have learned a lot of things using AWS. Of course, we became partner October 2020, I think during the pandemic. That's how SBT joined AWS to train people in machine learning and other courses. So existing business, you can be a trainer, okay? Existing business. You can be a company that has a lot of services. For example, we have Amanda. We'll come to that later. Amanda is the first conversational AI platform in the country. And what we're thinking of doing is to push Amanda-AI.space. You can check it out as you're sitting down. Amanda-AI.space is to push it to host our files and data and chatbots on AWS. That's how you can leverage it. And it's not expensive. But most times, startups always over-assume. Okay, instead of just stepping out, they say, hey, it's good expensive. It's just like when we started pushing AI chatbots to companies. Okay, of course, UBA started 5 years ago. And of course, that's Leo for UBA. Then after that, other banks started following. But when you tell an SME or a startup, please, we want to build an AI chatbot for you, you say, it's expensive, I cannot afford it. And that's why we tried from Amanda AI Technology and SBT to democratize that, make it available to SMEs. So that the same thing that Leo is doing for UBA, we can now do it for SMEs. Thank you. Hello? What's the second question?
Okay.
Yes.
So I want you're an AI expert.
I want to believe that.
And the world is moving towards AI.
Okay.
I want to ask as regards career pursuit.
Career pursuit.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are some of the career pursuits you think we should be thinking towards?
Yeah.
And some of them we should be thinking out of, so that we should be able to align with what is happening over there in the world.
Over where?
Around the world.
Okay, now you're talking.
To become more relevant.
All right, so first, what you do if there are careers, what are the career opportunities? Okay, somebody just was deported. I won't tell you the name of the person. He was deported from Dubai just yesterday, and he was telling me he lives around Moe. And he said, I was trying to market him to do our program, AI program. We call it AI Chatbot Engineering Certification Program. We are the first to start that in Nigeria and Africa. Apart from IBM, that has their own certification in it already. So so the guy said he's interested in now taking up the course. Now that he's in Nigeria, that he wants to do the course, and he needs a course that will make him get money, make money, earn money. Is that correct? Yes, that's what he wants. So under AI, we have different career pathways, okay? Now, some people confuse AI for data science and data analytics. They are not the same. AI is a very big cycle. So imagine what I'm doing, a very big cycle. Then machine learning is another smaller circle inside AI. Then inside machine learning, you now have deep learning, another smaller circle inside it. Then data science and analytics, or data engineering, or whatever you call that, is now a tangent circle across it. So it means in data science, you can do machine learning. So machine learning is a career path. So you can become a machine learning engineer, one. You can become an AI engineer, where you build models, okay? Where you can also become AI chatbot developer, like people who build those chatbots you see for companies like Leo for UBA, Tamara for Access Bank, Rafiki for EcoBank, Siri for Apple, Ivy for Fidelity Bank, and the rest of them. You can become that and you make good money. That's just type online now, because thank God we all use Google since you no longer use Yahoo. Type online, how much does an AI chatbot developer earn? Just type it. And you see that you'll be looking at things like almost $20-something thousand in a month. Do you know that you don't even need to code? There's no coding in AI chatbot too much. The kind of coding we have there is what we call input-output programming, where you train a machine to understand with examples, and once it understands, it can do exactly what you want it to do, like Leo for UBA. Okay? Now, it's the kind of work there is not as too technical, like you have it in deep learning, where you build neural networks. Or it's not like what you have in machine learning, where you have to train, do a lot of training using Colab and all that. So there is a career path. We have AI chatbot engineering. You can become a chatbot developer. You can become a computer vision expert, where you build machines that can see, detect things, and have like driverless cars, like you have in Waymo, like Tesla cars. That in order for such companies to employ you, you need to be competent in that area. Now, there's this guy who came to he's doing a PhD with, what's it called, LASU. And as I'm talking to you, I have an exam to write, so I want to run. So please. Now, so the thing is this. So the guy came to do PhD. He is doing PhD already with, what's the name of that school, LASU. And he came to do our program. Okay, I told him, well, the truth is, I know you're a computer programmer. You've been using PHP. You've been using Java. You've been doing, but this one, you have to learn it afresh. So it doesn't matter what you already have. So he had to start learning how to build AI chatbots using the frameworks that we use. So you can also come to our school, Strategic Business Tech Space, and you get to learn how to do this and make money online. Yes, remotely. You don't need to travel to Obodo Yibo. Do you understand? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. And we wish you all the best in your exam. Actually, I'm taking courses with him, and you don't have to be young to do it. You don't have